You think it's not enough, but imagine yourself, what did you get from your parents? You're already giving more than what you got, and most of us turned out pretty good.
Being a mom is a lot. We're holding so much. I'll go first. All of a sudden, I heard my son screaming, then stifled crying. My daughter walked into her room and closed the door. She has requested that I stay out of their conflicts, so I sat glued to my office chair. My son approached me, crying louder now and holding his hands over his face. I turned to look at him. He had 3 red gouges near his right eye. What happened? She almost ripped my eye out, he choked. I rushed to her room and knocked on the door. She opened it wide enough to show only her face. Tell me what happened just now. Why is his face like that? He tried to push me off the bed, she shot back. But what happened before that? Why did he try to push you off the bed? Silence and staring from my daughter. My breath quickened, and I started to breathe more heavily. I felt tension building up in my chest. She's the one who always starts fights. I'm sure she did something to him, I thought. I turned to my son and asked for the whole story. I said, "What, the nose picker?" And she said, "What, the brat?" And then elbowed me in my side. So I tried to push her off the bed. Then she scratched me with her fingernails. I was trying to hold on so I didn't fall off. It was an accident. She barely let him finish. No, it wasn't, he screamed, still whimpering from the wound. I was wrong. He started it this time. I didn't get curious. I got judgmental, just like my mom did with me. But I could justify it in a heartbeat. Too many times, she's the one who instigates trouble when she's bored and looking for something to do. Her brother is the easiest target. True, he didn't have to comment on her scratching her nose. That's what she claims, even though I told her it's okay to pick your nose. We all do it. And I just realized that even as I was justifying a moment ago, I was doing it again. I said, claim, meaning I'm assuming she is bad and has bad intentions. Ugh. I'm coming to a verdict by pulling past evidence forward into the present. Is this what Eckhart Tolle means when he teaches us to live in the present? I never thought to apply it in this way until now. I remember feeling small when my mother judged me, even as an adult. Who I was friends with, who I dated, whose side I would take when my parents divorced, and what career path I would choose. Even what I did with my money, and whether I would be responsible with my inheritance when she passed. I doubt my daughter's goodness, just like my mom doubted mine. If I really look at my girl, I see me in her. The bitterness hiding the rejection. The emptiness I felt as a child in the first 6 years of my life without my parents is written all over her face. But with me standing right in front of her. Maybe the way around it is curiosity. like an openness without projection or expectations. If I'm already expecting an outcome, then when I'm let down, I could snap right back to the verdict. Real curiosity doesn't expect anything at all. It's more of a, I'm not sure. Let me take a look first approach. And it's actually more humble. Sometimes, though, I swing the other way. Can you do laundry before our trip, Mama? I'll get to it in the next couple of days. You could also do it yourself, since you know how. Okay, I can help you with it tomorrow. Instead of waiting for her to remember, I went ahead and started a load on my own. When she came in from playing outside, I asked, Hey, can you please deal with this finished load? Not now, later. She sped upstairs to her room with her friends, following closely behind. Knowing her personality, I give her more autonomy because she likes to choose when she's ready. 30 minutes went by. She came bounding down the stairs behind her friends, and I told her, I'd like you to do it soon. I said later. Fine, I'm okay with you doing it later, but I just need some communication right now, like a specific time frame. She swung the front door closed with a straight face and chased after her friends without answering me. I was tired of waiting. So I separated her clothes and put them in a laundry basket in her room. A while later, she came into the house and said, Okay, I'll do it now. I told her what I ended up doing, and she yelled, What? And ran upstairs. She came back with a laundry basket and dropped it on the floor with a loud thud and a glare. She stopped the dryer and started pulling out what had already been drying. What are you doing? Just throw yours in with the rest. No, you're not doing my laundry, so I'm not doing yours. Stop! Leave the clothes in there! I felt the flush of anger in my cheeks as my hands reached towards her. She yanked the basket away from me and shoved her clothes into the drum. I caught the spike of aggression in my hands and stepped back. I knew I needed a minute. And then she turned off the washing machine mid-cycle. What the hell did you do that for? I sputtered, with my mouth hanging open. I felt the buzz under my skin and started to vibrate. I recognized the fury, but couldn't control it. I started the cycle without you, and it was doing its thing. It had nothing to do with you, I barked. As soon as it flew out of my mouth, I regretted having the last word and letting her win. I can't count how many times I've said to my son during their squabbles, When you walk away from her, you keep your power. Just don't engage. Then it hit me. She did to me what I did to her. I overseated, then took over. We were both grasping at power over the situation. It may have been an ordinary afternoon and a conflict about a mundane task, but later that evening, I really had to confront myself with the dynamic between us. It had been happening for years, starting as far back as when she was 5 years old. But why? The image that came to me when I was asked to envision the connection to my mother was a cord from me to a concrete wall in a dungeon. If it ended at a wall and I never received the bond, can I even give that bond to my daughter? But an umbilical cord connected us belly to belly. It fed her all those months inside me, and an invisible one still feeds her now. I thought I needed to have experienced that deep mother-daughter bond in order to give it to my daughter. But I don't. The work is to see her, not the part of me I keep projecting onto her. Being curious can't happen if I've let my own lost little girl stand in the way. I need to meet her as herself with her own voice and to trust her to learn her own lessons. I'm reminding myself to be curious before jumping to a verdict. Maybe I ask a neutral question instead of one laced with assumptions. I'm choosing to be still and feel my body instead of being pulled by her reactions. The other day, she walked through the house with her Crocs on, thinking I was upstairs. She grimaced sheepishly when she saw me standing around the corner from where she came. I wanted to yell, "What the hell? Take your shoes off now!" But I counted to 3 in my head before saying, "Please don't walk around inside with your Crocs. It's why my feet are black at the end of the day, and I hate that." "You can tell from the sound of them, can't you?" She half giggled. I'm trying to hold a limit without apologizing for it, so I don't parent from a place of guilt. And while I wish I could say the disconnect is gone, it's not. Some days, I still can't feel it. When I look at her from across the room, it doesn't always feel real that she's my daughter. The trap underneath all this, though, is that the pattern will turn inward on me. The trap of waiting to become the perfect, never-triggered mother before I feel arrived. That's the deepest layer of what am I saving them for? Because it becomes, what am I saving me for? Actually, the verdict I hand my daughter and the perfection I demand of myself are the same pattern, aimed in 2 directions. My parenting journey has had me asking, what are the wounds I have not yet healed? I keep wanting to fix her, but she isn't my project. She's the reason I'm doing this work, even on the days I can't see the bond yet. Curiosity is what will strengthen our connection, and it's what I can build each moment I remain humble and non-judgmental. Presence is impossible while I'm judging her or me. And the verdict on myself is the very thing standing in the way of nurturing our bond. So I'm letting the invisible cord be my anchor to remind me to hold her now as she is and as I am, with both of us unfinished. And to hold her even tighter when I get triggered. Before recording this episode, I read it out loud to her. I made sure she understood it was my reckoning, and some of what I think or say isn't true. She said, "Yeah, it's your perspective." I choked up at certain parts and had to pause to breathe through the emotions. At the end, when I asked if it was okay to publish, she said, "I think how you wrote it is good. You can share it." I started to cry. I apologized for not always being the best mom, told her how much I love her, and said I'm trying my best to be better for her. When we ended the conversation, she said tenderly, "Love you first." Before you close this episode, I want to ask, where do you hand down verdicts, either to others or yourself? Send this to the one mom in your life who needs the room you just walked through. Next time, we walk into the house I'm building